Oh man, what's up, YouTube? Cooling, y'all. Cooling on Sunday morning. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. We got some gurus to talk about. We got some gurus to talk about this morning. Y'all know me in status correction. I have a very interesting take on status correction. What's up, Tasha and Tiff? Good morning, sisters. Glad you can make it. Yeah, we're gonna let a couple people wake up, or it's just us three, and we'll go in. I don't care. It's a lot of course, the talk is endless when it comes to this status correction stuff. So, and making sure you're registered as whatever. I'm not gonna name names. I haven't done it so far, and I'm not gonna do it. Name groups and organizations because it's too many, and that's not what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean when I say registered. If you have groups of people feeling that if you're not registered with the such and such and such, and then the attorney general, and then this person and that person, like at the end of the day, man, all of these people are generally corrupt Europeans. And if they're not European in person, when you meet them, that's pretty much what they represent, is that faction. Now, I say that to say what? I say that to say what? That status correction is bullshit? Absolutely not. And anyone who would think so is kidding themselves. Like, it's actually very important, and it can be very serious and important at the same time, but undercover European. But that's exactly what they are. That, like, I don't care that I see a black face there. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're in a certain position in this country, you can still be a real person, but at the same time, you're gonna be beholden to those people when they put your feet to the fire. So you're not gonna lose your job, and most of them, their cars ain't paid for. You know what I'm saying? They got a nice new whip, but it ain't theirs. If they don't make that damn payment, that Lexus is gone, or that, that Mercedes is gone. So it's like that. They're stuck. They're trapped by their own lifestyle. So I don't expect them to do anything just because I'm black and I'm a Moor, or whatever we want to use the term. I'm indigenous. I like that better. If I'm indigenous, like, how the fuck do I have to, first off, who do I register to? And if I do register to somebody and they are black, they're not going to look at me the same way that I'm looking at them 9 times out of 10. They're not looking at us the same way we're looking at them. If we go in a place and a business where generally Europeans reign supreme, whatever black people you see in there, they might still be cool and down to earth, but it's only going to go so far. And you can't blame them. I ain't going to push them too far and be like, yo, you know what I mean, fuck your job up for a nigga or some shit like that. But at the same time, that mentality is dangerous. But staying on topic, all of that ties into what I'm talking about as far as this guru shit and this status correction. And The problem that I have with status correction is so many factions with so many people that you don't know who their allegiances are to and what their end results and end goals are. You have people who look similar, but we all been down that road before. Just because you look black doesn't mean you are black. So it's like we all been down that road before. We have all these groups and organizations who claiming they're here with these lofty goals. You'll hear them say things such as, here for the liberation of the people. We're here for the upliftment and reparation of the people. We're here for, and those things are okay. I'm with that, yo. I'm not saying those things to shame them. That's why I'm not using the shame bell. You know what I'm saying, on this discussion. So I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying, like, these are the things you say. Look at it from an outside perspective. What if you were standing here and I was saying these things to you? I was saying things to you like, hey, listen, I'm here for the reparation and the upliftment of humanity and to bring it back. Like, okay, dog, what does that mean? So if that type of person, I'm thinking you are coming in a way where you're bringing something that you're trying to uplift humanity with. So if you're not doing that, what exactly are you doing? And then when it comes to status correction, if they say that most people you hear talk about that shit say how important it is for everybody to do this. And if everybody did this, everybody wouldn't have to worry about this, that, and the third. And we could all come together. And when we went to the court system, the courts couldn't even hold us or handle us because we all got our status corrected, blah, blah, blah. Yet they do everything, any and everything to the contrary of what they're saying. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you two primary examples. I'll give you two primary examples to how people who say those things do the direct contrary to what they say. Okay? Number one is you charge people astronomical fees. You charge people whopping fees, and most of these people, like myself, if I wanted to pay $730 for a status correction, gee, I got 5 kids, nigga, and goals and dreams that I'm trying to push and aspire to with current bills. So I ain't got $700 to just throw on this shit. And then they'll try to run a guilt trip on you and be like, yo, exactly, that's a whole week of worth of work, yo. The hell? For some people, it might be a week and a half worth of work. The hell? I'm not gonna just throw you my whole shit and I still got to live and maintain, and you should know that. You should understand that. If you were as smart as you claiming to be and as intelligent as you're claiming to be, and you're coming to bring the upliftment of humanity, then why are you forcing me to give you an astronomical amount of money to the lay person? Why would you do that? That's not going to help your goal go along faster. That's number one. Number two is the secret hush that you keep on the information. The information should be blasted all over the fucking place. Everywhere a black person turns, whether they're middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, rich, wealthy, and or poor, they should have it readily available to them. All this information about status correction and what exactly to do with people on hand, ready to assist you in the whole 9 yards, that should be readily available to everyone. Right now, I should be able to go do that, and it should be being done in the thousands. And it's not taking place. If that was taking place, that would be a surefire end to what your goals are. I don't understand. Okay, peace. It's a dude that I'm trying to connect with on the shirts, y'all. To do it on like basically locally or without having to go through no company at all. But please go to my site, click the link for the t-shirts. I got a couple in there that you might like. But anyway, let's continue. So you have these people running around saying and at Shame TV, sometimes we say these things. Don't take it personally. But we have these people running around saying all these cool things about themselves. How they are the trustee, and how they are diplomats, and how they are all these cool things you're saying about yourself. All these lofty goals that you want everyone to join in and or participate in. You want us all to participate in these goals, to jump right in and follow with you and join it, even if it's not following you, but joining in and pushing to that end. But again, like I said, what do you do? Do you do the things that it would do that are necessary to facilitate those things happening and happening in a timely fashion? No, that's not what you're doing. You're not doing those things to help facilitate them along. You're doing the direct opposite. You're charging people a bunch of money, high money. Is a difference if you were bringing people in and you said, listen, this stuff costs money and I also do this by myself, so I want to be paid for my time. So let's talk about a reasonable amount. What's a reasonable amount for you filing some paperwork and helping somebody, assisting someone with filing paperwork? Man, that shit's probably about $10 an hour. Let's give you 15 just because you're a brother and you doing it, or a sister and you doing it. Boom. Let's say it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. We're looking at $45 to $50. Hey, let's round it off to fucking $100. For $100, I should be able to get a status correction with assistance on how to properly do it and utilize it in a way that is actually beneficial. What we have today, guys, we have tons of what I like to call gurus. And I want everyone to beware of the guru. The guru is the person who knows everything. The guru is the person, whenever challenged or questioned, especially in front of potential clients, they've always got some sort of right answer. Yet, the guru never has a clear explanation. What's up, Chemo? Never has a clear explanation for the train wrecks. Because when you start dealing with court and going against these people, there are train wrecks. Train wrecks are going to happen. Chakra correction. I ain't never heard that shit. I'm gonna go look that shit up. And congrats, my G. But yeah, the gurus, that's where we go into the Polites and the Ali Muhammads and all of these guys. That's when you get into the guru type people. That's when you and that's what we need to watch out for. If we're gonna go into status correction, listen, people, let's go into this shit head first. Let's go into this shit. Let's go into this status correction shit on some adult, educational, I just want to know what this is about level first. Let's just start there. Because a lot of us don't know. And the reason why we don't know is what I just said. The reason why I don't name groups and organizations and all that shit, because there's so many. And when you have so many, and then you have everyone, and then this field, this status correction field, we talk about Sarnetta and Polite and accountability and all this shit. This status correction shit, man, there's no accountability. There's zero accountability in this status correction shit. And I'm going to tell you how and why. There's zero accountability because every time there's a train wreck is code for when you lose your case or your case goes awry or whatever, or the judge just railroads you, which generally happens. So when that happens, there's always some excuse. You always did something wrong. You didn't file with the county and the general clerk of the general office of Main Street downtown, or you didn't give notice before you filed your affidavit after you were supposed to. Like, it's always some reason. There's always some fucking reason of why you did something wrong. Talk to these people. Talk to these people and watch what they say. And for all those who hear me and end up hearing this video and disagree, listen, check yourself. Ask yourself, every time I've talked to a person about status correction and something that went awry, or with myself, someone asked me a question, do I always respond in, well, how did you really do it? And do they respond in, well, what did you really do? Like, dog, everybody ain't, come on, man, it ain't 10 right answers to one fucking question, G. Fuck out of here, man. Everybody ain't doing it wrong. And it shouldn't be no right or wrong. It shouldn't be that difficult. If I'm an adult, sane, competent adult man or woman, why the fuck would a sane, competent adult male or woman have to go through all these loops just to tell you, listen, I'm accepting my original indigenous heritage as being a Moor, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, really an American. So if I want to call myself a Moor, or I want to call myself an indigenous American because that's what my heritage and my lineage denotes, then I should be able to do that. It should be a fucking letter with a notary. It should be a fucking letter that I write, type, however, with a fucking notary fucking seal on it. That's it. The fact that I gotta send it to this person, and then I gotta send it to the chief of police, and then I gotta send it to a copy to all surrounding counties, man, god damn, man. Like, come on, G. Like, come on. And then if I don't do that, I'm doing it wrong, or I'm not doing it right. No, it's these people don't give a fuck, and they know that this shit is true. They know that you can correct your status or change your status. They know this shit, and they're going through loops and fighting this shit. They're building walls to fight this shit. They're firewalling this shit. When you go to court, they're called crazy. They're calling you crazy when you go to court. And where's the guru? Is the guru in court? Is the guru in court? That's all I ever want to know. And then when you ask this question to the average status correction person, yeah, I go to court with all my people. Now everyone goes to court with all their people. Yet I have nothing but, I can pull up a billion stories of people who've done this, including myself, who went there by myself. So that's what I want you guys to watch out for, man. Watch out for the guru. Status correction should merely be, you know who I like, who talks about that, Tasha, is Taj Tariq Bey. Because they get on Taj Tariq Bey a lot saying, you're not a temple Moor. See, when you start playing that bullshit game of, see, you didn't sign up with this particular, see, that doesn't make sense to me. Taj Tariq Bey goes off of the notion of, yo, I am a Moor because I am a Moor. The fuck? Like, he could send what the fuck you want to. I remember hearing that man say a billion times, standing on your principles or being what you are as a Moor is just being that. You can send whatever you want to send. You can file whatever the fuck you want to file. But at the end of the day, nigga, my self-declaration as me being who I am should be enough. And if that's not enough, that's someone who's just wanting to take advantage of me and continue on fucking me over. I'm going to really do a show later today. I always say that, and then I don't do a show till the next day. But I'm going to do a show later today. We're going to continue the status correction some more, because I want to do that status correction versus facts and evidence that their laws apply, because they cannot prove or provide evidence or facts that their laws apply to you. It just cannot happen. I don't care what they say to you. It's going to be circle talk. It's going to be circle talk. It's not going to be nothing. It's not going to be a yes, no, and then or a definite answer to your question. You'll never get that. Ever. And if most of us look at our lineage, especially us born in this fucking country, man, I'm not talking about somebody whose parents came from Barbados and then this, that, and the third, or your parents came from Africa or this, that, and the third. I'm talking about us born here. Every one of us got a grandmother, great grandmother, fucking Indian story. Because you knew him or her, you met them, and you knew who they were, and they were fucking Indian people, and they looked just like you, except they had fucking long hair. They did not look like those people, those white people who call themselves Mongolians, basically, who be calling themselves Indians now. My grandmother, my great grandmother, all of them looked just like black women, except they had thin, straight hair. Silky black hair. That was it. That was the only difference. All my uncles, they all looked the same. That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. And the motherfuckers always talking that shit, that Africa shit. And that again comes from the guru. The guru will tell you part truth and then the rest falsehood, because the guru is out to make money. Like again, man, I don't want to name drop too much, yo, but all the Ali Muhammad, yo, all the polites, all these, and I heard somebody say in the chat, I think it was Kev, said chakra corrections. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Shaka, you better just go sit down somewhere, cause nigga, you'll make me do shit to get my page flagged. So you just better stay out of discussions. Chakra correction, nigga. Sexual persuasion correction, motherfucker. Yo, but anyway, I'm just tired of hearing everyone talk that Africa shit, y'all. And it's like, I like to talk about anything that's black. I talk about ancient Europe because that's black. So I don't mind talking about that shit, but you're not going to sit here and keep running this game over me that I'm African and that I come from Africa and blah, 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 blah. When I know and knew my fucking people, I knew my family, my people, and they didn't have a whole bunch of Africa stories, nigga. And we all look alike. We all had the same, like, just like now with my beard. My beard is long as shit, but you wouldn't know that. Why? Because my hair is actually very thin and curly, nigga, and that shit curls all up into my mouth. That's why I trim it all the time and keep it to where it is. And ain't no Africans beards like that. Their hair is not like that. Their hair is not like my daughter's frizzy, thin, long hair. It's not the same. And I don't want to hear well, we mixed with white people. First off, we can't mix with white people. They mixed with us. The hell, when they come in, they become black. That's it. That's the end of that. But that's why I always say I don't call status correction or talking about being indigenous to this land bullshit, because it's not bullshit. It is not at all bullshit. It is true that your ancestors were put on boats, and them boats was fucking sailed down to Mississippi and came back around to Georgia or whatever the fuck, and then made you think that you was on some fucking boat ride somewhere and telling niggas they taking them on here and they taking them there. So you got brothers and sisters who never been to certain parts of the land in this country, and all they did was just take your ass to California or take your ass to Texas when you was really from Virginia or Maryland area, and then now you over here and you think you somewhere fucking different and you still on your same land. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. There's no way that status correction and talking about being indigenous to this land is bullshit, because where are the slave ships at? Slave ships, nigga. You got fucking everything from, you got Alexander the Great sword. You still got this nigga's sword. So come on now. What's up, Salima? You still got his fucking sword. So how the fuck you telling me where are these slave ships at? Not the ones you just made and then told it was a replica, and not them goddamn pictures that you keep showing. Because I know how we deal with them people. Every time they just want to show you a picture, there's something behind it. There's another whole story behind this shit that they're not telling you, that they never want to tell you. And it's all good. I'm going to piece this shit together. That's the fun part of life, yo. We always look at life like it's fucked up because they want us to. They put you in this rat race paying bills. You shouldn't have to go through no fucking nothing to change your status. Or like I said, that shit should be a letter and a notary. Another sane, competent adult bearing witness to statements and or opinions that you're giving about yourself and how you want to be looked at in the story. Seal that shit over with. Nah, you got to send it to the county clerk. And then after you send it to the county clerk, you got to send it to the sheriff. You didn't send one to the local police department, did you? See, that's where you made your mistake. And but stop that bullshit, man. Because if I do everything else in line, like you say, and correct that mistake, and I go in front of that fucking judge, Andrew Jackson, and he says, hey, you know, I'm a long line of fucking slave owners. This is what he's saying in his mind. So I don't give a fuck what you're saying, nigger. I'm going to control you, because if I do let you know that this is really your land and start letting you go, I'm going to be fucked. So no, what you do is when you get a judge like that, you put a lien on them. And then after you put the lien on them, but no one can ever show you any liens that they did. No one can ever show you any evidence. And this is for the guru. This ain't for status correction itself. This is for the gurus. Notice how the gurus never have video footage of them taking the court over. Notice how the gurus never have video footage of them placing the whole court in debt and under arrest. Notice how the guru niggas trying to let people go to jail. Like, yo, it is so crazy, Chemo, man. It's because this is how I look at it, bro. This is how I look at it, y'all. This is how I look at it. These people want to cage you. Y'all know, I know. Y'all know, I know that they build these fucking facilities to put people in there. Y'all know, I know that they have contracts with the people who build these shits to fill and house these and have these motherfucking facilities housed with people. Y'all know, and I know who they want to snatch off the street and do this with. Y'all know, and I know that. So this is the premise of where I'm coming from. See, when people start saying status correction and you have to file and you have to do this, dog, you're starting to assume a lot. Now you're starting to assume that this racist person that I have to go through to do it, and or bigoted person, whatever you want to call it, a prejudiced person or whatever, this person who hates me and wants to see me fail and on the bottom, and who's currently somewhat on the top, I have to go to this person to get this shit done? Therein lies my dilemma. And on top of all of that, what do you have to deal with? You have to deal with people who are eager and enthusiastic about coming out of this system, coming on and trying to build something of their own. And what do you have to, what's up, Misfits TV? And what do you have to deal with? Look at the shit that you have to deal with. Say you want to come out and, like we said, learn about status correction, learn about being indigenous to this land, learning about what status correction really means, because status correction is really just a code for being indigenous. It should be looked at as a synonym as for being indigenous, and knowing that you are. So what happens? You gotta, instead of coming out dealing with people who are trying to righteously move forward, no, people who say that, remember we talked about earlier, these lofty goals, these goals that they had about status correction and how they here to uplift the people and how they here to raise fallen humanity and prepare reparation to the fallen more, and they here to do all this shit, and instead of coming out and making all this information readily available to you, what do? They hide it. So that's contrary to what you say, because you're not facilitating your goals happening, because you're hiding and sitting on the information and playing Grand Pooba, motherfucking Pie May, come to me and learn. Let me fuck you up and learn under my feet. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, what else do you have after that? After that, then you got the astronomical financial amounts of money that they're asking for this shit. How do you know black people broke? You say the people are broken. You know these people are broken. You know these people need help, and these people could even build better businesses and commerce once they come up from under the yoke of these people. So what do? Is to help facilitate them coming up from under the yoke. Oh, you're going to charge them $1,300 for a status correction, $700 for a status correction. You know damn well if you charged $100, they'd be able to pay it and do it. But no, you're going to rape them. And if you can't do that, then you start to talk shit to them and make them feel bad about, so no, you spend money on your cable, and the money you spend on this, that, and the third, you should be able to spend and save and correct yourself, and just guilt shaming them and all that shit. Like, it's that guru, this whole guru nation gotta fall, man. This whole guru nation gotta fall, man. It's all we have now, guys, is a bunch of fucking know-it-alls with no proof. Now, in 2000, I think it was 12, maybe even sooner, they had it was a major court case won. I think it was in New Hampshire or Massachusetts where they won it. I'm not sure. I know it was in New England. But anyway, it was about being able to film the police. And they also had another one about being able to video record and or record your court cases, because it should be a public forum. So how come none of these status correction gurus, like there's a couple out there like True Freeman, he does the best he can. I like that brother because he's real as he can be, and he's very transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very transparent. He brings cameras everywhere he goes. When he goes to court, when he does things, he brings shit. So, like, when you dealing with people like that, man, and you dealing with people who are transparent, and you dealing with motherfuckers who are being honest with you, I fuck with you, because he could make a mistake. He could make a fucking mistake and everything be okay as far as I'm concerned, because life has a lot of variables and you don't always make all the right moves. So dealing with that, I can fuck with a brother like that. What I can't deal with is, again, the guru. Whenever something goes wrong, you did something wrong. It's never the process. You see, the process is sound, though we are all still trapped in this shit. If the process is so sound, and this shit's been going on for decades, man. This is 2017. So we could cut the shit. This shit has been going on for decades now. You mean to tell me after decades, this is still where we are, where I can't walk out in the street and pick out 10 sovereigns? When I can't, every time I go to the store, I should see a whole bunch of cars with no license plates. Or a whole bunch of cars riding around with some license plate that you made up, the Royal Grand Apposite Majesty Crown Illustrious. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. These people, these gurus are killed. They kill everything. They kill everything. We had a whole organization where we had a panel of black people coming through doing lectures and all that shit that we call the House of Consciousness. What happened? You get dumbass bullshit, lying, sneak ass gurus, know-it-all. Everybody's a doctor this and doctor that. Nobody, none of these motherfuckers got no goddamn lab coats. None of them got no laboratories that got no beakers, and they ain't got a beaker or nothing. But they doctor. These motherfuckers couldn't even check your heart rate. They don't got no bag, no black leather doctor bag. Like, what are you a doctor in? This is this guru shit, man. This is this guru shit, man. Everybody's a fucking guru. And it's killing the message. The message is we are not from no motherfucking Africa, and we did not get on this land solely because some Europeans put us here. There's no way in hell that we're here because solely and only because Europeans brought us to this country in chains. They brought us here in chains, people. Like, yo, you know why that's so disingenuous and why I hate it for people to be that disingenuous? Is because there it is. There were black people who were brought here in chains and through different methods. But of course, you could not bring nations of people on no goddamn slave ship. How could that fucking happen? Why? Because first off, security risks alone would not allow that to happen. How the fuck you go, nigga? Your cargo is gonna be dead. Who the fuck is gonna go over to Africa, go fishing and get a hole into the Amazon and all that shit? You gonna go fishing and bring back a whole bunch of tilapia, and you gonna bring it back on a boat with no ice or no cooler? Really, my nigga? Really? Who's gonna do that? By the time you get back to America, your whole cargo is gonna be so soured and dead and rotted out, nigga. It's not gonna be worth anything. It's not gonna be worth anything. There was trails of sharks following the ships. Do you know how long sharks have been following ships? For as long as there have been boats and ships. So stop cut that bullshit like they were following it just because black people were thrown into the river. Nah, my nigga, that's not the only reason that they was following ships. People would fall off boats and they could get an easy meal, period. And yes, who still eats tilapia? Because these niggas be thinking they eating some fresh ass shit. Yo, them motherfuckers are grown, farmed. They are grown in a big ass pool in somebody's backyard. and you can hashtag facts with that one. Oh man. Oh man. It's just a little Sunday morning sermon for y'all. That's all this was. A little Sunday morning sermon. Because this status correction shit is going to be, it's gonna come out. It's gonna be like everything else that came out. It's gonna be like the Hebrew versus the fucking Kemetic science, the Christianity versus the Islam. It's all gonna come to a head. You know, and it's time for that status correction shit to come to a head because people are being confused, and people are being confused because you having one group of people say one thing and you have another group of people saying another thing, similar but just totally different, to the point where you're confused, and because it seems like it's contrary. Like you'll have one group saying that more science is a religion, then you have everybody else saying it ain't no damn religion. Then you have one group of people who say anybody who's black and you're born in this country, 90% of the chance is that you are more, that your lineage goes back to being indigenous to this land. So you're a Moor. Then they tell you you're not a Moor if you don't sign this people's paper at this temple place that's registered. Like, come on, man, how can I be and not be at the same goddamn time? I'm either what I am or I'm not what I am. Like, I can't be both. Again, I'm either sitting down or standing up. I can't be doing both simultaneously. That's crazy. Fuck, you gonna be both at the same time. Either a woman's pregnant or she's not. Like, which one is it? Kev can attest to that. His woman was pregnant. Now she's not. The hell? She can't be both. And when you dealing with these people, man, that's when, it's, oh my goodness, guys. How y'all doing this morning, man? I've been running my mouth for like 25, 30 minutes straight. I ain't even asked y'all how y'all doing, what the hell is going on. The hell? Congratulations over there at Internal Affairs. Congratulations over there on a beautiful baby girl. It makes me want another kid, except when I start thinking about Pampers and shit. I'm done, G. I'm done changing Pampers. Finished. Oh my goodness. But yes, please, 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 people. Please, people. Whenever you hear somebody coming out with a funny ass name and always got some fucking cool things to say about themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like all that bullshit, and they, especially if they call themselves the Grand Apperset, knee suit. Anytime you hear the word knee suit, I want you to turn around and I want you to run as fast as you fucking can in the opposite direction. Don't look back. If you got bags and shit, drop them and just run. Anybody that walks up to you and says, hey, my name is the Nisut or Mrs. Nisutist or whatever the fuck, just turn your ass around. Just remember what I said. You know what I'm saying? Turn around. They're going to look like normal people. So you're going to be confused, you know what I'm saying? But just turn your ass around and run in the opposite direction. Especially a Tumray. There we go. If anyone named a Tumray or Senta Tumray or Amma Tumray or Mumra, the ever living Ray, and they follow it up with illustrious grand something, turn your fuck ass around and go. The other way. Just run. And that's me telling you. I don't care if you big and strong, looking like Michael Clark Duncan with muscles, nigga. Turn your ass around and run. And if they say anything to you about a credit card and status correction, nigga, you better scream while you running. Scream and point back at them while you running. Like, shame, shame. Just run. Just fucking run. Because they're going to convince you that they're gurus. I'm trying to tell you, they're going to convince you that they're gurus. That nigga going to say C341618- when you interface it with the evolution of the revolution. Shit. All I need is $700 now. And you will become an illustrious grand member of it's not New Covenant no more. Oh man, I love it. Well, yeah, I said I'm gonna be serious. No shame bells today, y'all. No, not today, but not on this video. But yeah, there'll be shame bells. There'll be shame bells. It's just some Sunday morning audio. I hope some of you might be finishing up breakfast or doing something where you're just listening, doing your little Sunday morning cleaning or starting laundry, which I'm about to go do, because these niggas just throw shit. Yo, how come when you tell your kids to put shit a certain place, they still keep putting the dirty laundry in the bathroom? And I be like, yo, why don't you just take the shit to the damn washer so I can wash the shit? His basket is crazy. But hopefully this is a nice little Sunday morning audio for you, because it's serious, guys. And I don't think a lot of us paid attention to Zachariah Latney's mother, because that's what kids do. Tasha. But I don't think we paid attention to Zachariah Latney's mother. You know, like we were so wild that The woman actually came a day, 2 days right after Polite was running his big ass fucking mouth about, go find the mother, find the mother. And then his mother comes out and that nigga went MIA for like, how long was it? Like almost a week. That nigga was just MIA. And does the typical Polite come right back like what? Nothing ever happened. He must be a Gemini. He's probably born in late May. He got to be a Gemini to come back like that. Because Geminis, y'all could do stuff and come right back like, huh? What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. But yeah, his mother, Zachariah Lightning's mom, man, she was making a lot of good fucking points, man. And I just wanted, before she even started talking about Polite, she was making a lot of good points. If y'all could go back and listen to that, just her part, you know? Hold on 1 second. What's up, man? What's good? What cheetah club? Ah. What you stick it in there? Man, that shit cold too. Oh, they like tablets. Oh, right here. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back with y'all in 2 seconds. Yeah, because he gonna, what, he nibble off of it? Okay. I bought the wrong fish. Oh, this is what you was talking about with the bigger ones.
Yeah, they frozen ones.
Alright. What? How many you leaving this tray? Oh, and all of it's wrong. Oh, good looks, my nigga. Wow, yeah. I just got some new better fish food for my red devil, y'all.
I'll be right back.
You put it in the freezer, right?
Yeah. They got to stay in there. If it dissolve, I mean,
You said it'll basically melt away if I don't.
No, it ain't gonna be no good once it stay like that.
Okay.
I get that for PetSmart.
From PetSmart? Okay.
You bring the thing like that.
Okay. Just the door be unlocked, bro. Alright. Woo. I got a big fish, y'all. It's a red devil. I can't feed him flakes and stuff. And he be not eating the feeding fish that I put in there with him. That nigga, he just a fucking, he'll just kill him. You know what I mean? He won't eat them. He'll just kill them niggas. Like, he'll let them live for a while and just kill them like periodically. I think he likes the company, but he's so mean, he still ends up like a big baby Huey. Like, he wants to play, but then he, well, nobody wants to play with me. Because you kill people, you're big, motherfucker. You running them down. They don't want to play for their life. They don't want to play for their damn life, motherfucker. What the hell? He wants to play life games with him. But yeah, man, I was having fun this morning with y'all. I wanted y'all to listen to Zachariah Latney's mother again. That's what I really wanted to come out and say too, before I forget again, because the points you were making about how we always talk about Trump and all this shit, man, the power that really affects our lives every day, I could keep telling y'all, are these judges and these cops and these prosecuting attorneys. They're the ones who are affecting our daily lives to the point where we always feel we need to drop ashes right on my keyboard, where we always feel we need to protest and march and do all this shit. All this shit comes from the rule of these courts, yo. They're the ones putting everybody in jail for child support. They're the ones putting everybody in jail for fucking frivolous, non-violent crimes that shouldn't even be crimes because they're just code violations. And then they never even showed or demonstrate how the code applies to you in the first place. And when questioned on it and they know they can't answer those questions, then they'll try to conflate it as some sort of sovereign citizen, which is an oxymoron, which is a conflated oxymoron that they put together, because even the people who call themselves sovereign never put citizen there. They never use the word citizen. So, and I don't even agree with that shit, but they never fucking use that term, dog. They never use that fucking term citizen when they do that. So that's some propaganda shit. And my phone, my battery's getting low. I'm about to charge it right here because I'm doing something with my PC. You said it's a delay. It's all good, y'all. I'm about to get off real quick anyway. I'm glad Salima Bell made it. I'm glad Salima Bell made it. She don't never fucking make it, and she always right at the end. Yes, watch out for the gurus, people's status correction. I do agree with it wholeheartedly. If you think it'll help you, try that shit. But I don't agree that someone should have to do all that shit to say who they are and state who they are. You shouldn't have to go through all of this shit. You shouldn't have to go through all of these ups and downs and loops and people that you never heard of. I've never heard of the attorney general assistant. Like, I never heard of that person. I don't know where to find this individual. The hell? No, when you write to Congress, you have to write to your congressman and write to your Congress blah, 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 and your congressman this and your congressman that. And like, dude, I don't know. Why do I have to do? Who is this person? This fucking person. This is what we don't understand, people. I'm going back in. I'm diving back in. Listen, this person that you're calling judge, congressman, prosecuting attorney, yo, that is a person. That's a person, G. That's not no entity where it is what it is, like an Xbox. An Xbox is a video game. It is what it is. It will always be what it is. It does not have an agenda. It does not have specific allegiances, and it can't be swayed by a pretty woman or drugs or alcohol or money. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I don't understand. 2 seconds, y'all. Yeah, I went to the store. I think I'm gonna walk this morning since she got my car. Appreciate it, bro. Oh man. I want to go to the store, but I gotta wait for my kids because I know they'll be coming sooner than later. Yeah, man, it's a government live stream today. It's a live stream about status correction, about how the people that you are bringing this information to correct your status are wicked and do not want you to do such, and will do whatever they can to not allow that to happen. Then you can also talk about the gurus, the people who never have video footage of them doing anything in court. They never have success stories other than the same group of traveling thespians that they bring with them. Nothing. They're not bringing, like I said, True Freeman is on YouTube. True Freeman, he's the only person that I've ever known and ever seen to actually be having the camera with him in court and shit and wherever he goes. So that's that. That's that. I don't know what's wrong with my connection, y'all. It seems fine over here. It's not saying shit to me. It is a delay though, because I just put my finger in front of it and it should have did something. No, I don't want to rotate it. Okay. But I don't want to stop talking now, man. Cause I'm going in. Shit, fuck him. True Freeman, I fuck with True Freeman. Cause True Freeman don't come off as a guru. Mark Stevens is the one I always send you guys, or I will always send you to. I'm gonna put a link to his YouTube page, and you can listen to his show page on No State Project on Google. But yo, because he's not a guru, and he shuns gurus, because life has too many variables, especially when you're dealing with evil, corrupt people. So how the fuck can you be a guru? There's no way, there's no end all be all way of beating these people because they're all corrupt. They're all a part of the same lie in the same game. Listen, taxes for one. If you pay taxes, you don't have to realize that you don't pay taxes. Taxes are taken from you. So use the right verbiage. You don't pay something that's taken away from you, and you don't pay something that if you don't pay, they'll take your things and or cage you and take your things and cage you. And if you do not allow them to take your things or you do not allow them to try to cage you, they will kill you. All behind taxes that you, air quotes, pay. So stop calling a jack paying or payment or paying. Like, that's the problem that we have in this country, is the verbiage and the language. Everyone's running around saying things that it's not true. Everyone's running around saying, well, the police are here for, the police have one fucking goal, and that is to fill the jails. Like, come on now. Like, of course, it's a money grab. They're just people who are taking your money. That's it, dog. Like, the people who create jobs to take your money, and they force you to pay them. And if you do not pay them, they will cage you and or kill you if you do not want to go to a cage. Okay, that's it. There's no, like, we could talk all day about that shit, but these are the things that the status correction people leave out. They never want to tell you that shit. They never want to tell you how you dealing with real people and how these real people may be motherfucking the person. We could go to court tomorrow, okay? I could go to court tomorrow for whatever. You could go to court tomorrow for whatever. You could be sitting in front of this person wearing a black robe with their hair cut, wearing glasses, wearing a nice watch, and all the while this motherfucker's a raging alcoholic or a raging fucking coke addict. You don't know who this fucking guy is. This guy could probably go to a fucking meeting. He could probably go to 2 meetings a week or 2 meetings a month where he dresses up as some grand wizard, Ku Klux Klanman, and pretends to shoot niggas or stab black people or whatever the fuck. Like, you don't know this person. We don't know these people. So the whole point of all of this is we are looking at it in the wrong way. When someone asks you a question, I'm going to need you to clarify what you mean. Do not ask me, are you born here? What does that have to do with me being a citizen? How does that equate to me being a citizen? How does that equate to your rules and laws that you arbitrarily make up in some room applying? Like, these questions have to be asked. But I'm not going to go into that in this section right here. We're going to keep on rolling. We're going to stay focused on the gurus right now. And we named a couple gurus before. And these gurus they make a nice living. Gurus make a nice living, man. Because they sell you a dream. And the dream is that the number one dream that the guru sells to people is of his supremacy. Like, to the average person who comes in for status correction or for anything, you know what I'm saying, where there's a guru involved. When you got them people, them Christian people on TV Pastor such and such, Joe, he's a guru. He's the best. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. He just got a deal and got on TV. If you got somebody out here who's telling you how I can cure this diabetes and such and such and such, but they never have any fucking success stories. They never have any trials where a person can go through a trial run and be shown exactly how it's done, this, that, and the third. These gurus never have any video and or audio footage of them dominating the courtroom. I've never seen video and audio footage of fucking Moore in court saying, hey, I'm a Moore and I'm indigenous sovereign such and such and such, and I filed a such and such, and this court is in dishonor and such, and I've never seen where the judge said, oh, you know what, you're right, this court is in dishonor. I didn't realize that you had filed your paperwork with the county clerk in the C3418- governor's assistant. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. No one has these stories. No one can show you anything conclusive that they have to say for any of us to follow these people. There's no reason for any of us to follow these people. Do follow the thought, the talk, the opinions, and all the mountains of facts and evidence of us being indigenous here, though. You can do that. That is allowed. That is only going to bring you closer and closer to light and away from darkness. It's going to bring you away from a story of Africa going back somewhere. Why the fuck would you leave your house to go to someone else's? All these stories of the Africans sold you into slavery. No, the Africans sold some Africans. The Africans didn't sell me, nigga, because I chased my lineage back. If you want to count, it's like almost 200 and something years, and it ain't no Africa. And them stories, I don't see Africa popping up in them stories anywhere no time soon, especially on my mother's side. Ain't no African stories. Now, I ain't going to be like Filthy Frank and say, fuck Africa, because that's not how I feel. And you know what about him, dog? I want to say while I'm on this live stream, while we brought up his filthness. Do you know that his filthness named his daughter Africa? That's what he said. Let me use that as a YouTube disclaimer. I don't know him and I don't know his daughter. And I'm not saying any disparaging comments about anyone's child in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Let that be a disclaimer. Because I generally don't do disclaimers because I shouldn't have to. Nigga, I ain't talking about her in no negative way. But what I mean is, yes or no, is his daughter's name Africa? And I think it is because I think he brought her on the show and said it. So, okay, wow, he has a daughter. He has a little daughter. There's a little sister named Africa. That's his daughter. Okay. Why would you turn around and say, fuck Africa, after you name your whole kid that? That's what I say, man. All this shit... I think all this shit was a plan, a well-laid plan that was put into motion, man. Cause Unc's crack pipe, where's Unc's crack pipe? Unc's crack, speaking of Unc always told us though, didn't he? A well-organized lie beats a disorganized truth every time. Ooh wee. He should know, wouldn't he? So he hanging with Sonetta and them, they would know, wouldn't they? They're telling us they're well-organized lie. I'm gonna put all this shit in the back of my background in my house. African clocks, African this, African garb, African statues, African all that. And then as soon as I'm pissed off and the real me come out, you hear me saying, fuck Africa, nigga. I don't fuck about no fucking Africa, blah, 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 with a whole big picture of Africa behind. But this is what happens when we allow gurus. When you allow gurus in, see, gurus are above reproach. Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that gurus are above reproach. You don't see, that's the main issue that I always had with gurus, and I will always have with gurus. Gurus are always above reproach. The guru never has to answer questions. You got to answer questions. But the guru never has to answer questions. The guru never has to provide facts and evidence of why everything that he or she said has not come to pass. The guru never has to provide a reason why they sold you a stack of paperwork and then tell you you should be able, you got to stand up and stand up for yourself. Okay, that's wonderful, but let's also be realistic, motherfucker. If you give me a stack of 1,000 pages and I'm looking through these pages and it's talking about all sorts of government alphabet agencies that I have never in my life even fathomed existed, and you're not going to assist me on the comprehension of all these things, I don't want you to hold my hand, but I just want you to help me understand. The comprehension is what is paramount, and you're not providing that. If you're just handing people paperwork, you're not providing any comprehension, extensive comprehension anyway, on what you're giving them. And you know that will lead to ruin. And what else would that lead to? That will lead to more guru sessions, because you got to go back to the guru now. Hey, guru, I did listen. Oh, you forgot to, didn't I? Because I told you to file with, you have to also file with your old high school. Because then when you get your transcripts from your old high school, you change the name and then you put it into all caps. Oh man, that's where they got you. Listen, just hand me $60 and I'll take care of it. This is the guru. The fucking guru, G. Gurus be wanting a G for some shit that you could do for free. That's all it is, man. A guru wants a fee for some shit you can do for free. You know what, guys? That's going to be a t-shirt. I'm going to make that t-shirt this evening. That's going to be on Shame TV's t-shirt link. Just go ahead and click up there. It's like a little mini store. I've got shirts up there. What up, Tom? Go ahead and go up there, and I'm going to make that shirt. Gurus want a fee for shit you can do for free. That's a fucking shirt right there. Beware of the fucking guru. Them guru gangsters. But yeah, guys, man, I had a wonderful talk with y'all today, man. This is fun. I said I'm going to start doing my live streams at least an hour. I be cutting y'all off at like 30 minutes. They be like videos damn near. But my battery ain't going to charge the right way as long as I'm doing a live stream. And I need it to charge because I'm about to go outside. And I'm going to hit y'all with a couple more live streams today, because today we going into a little bit deeper into status correction, and we're going to do status correction versus facts and evidence that their rules apply to you in the first place. Instead of sitting there arguing a whole bunch of shit, we're not going to do that, yo. We're going to argue, how does this apply to me factually in the first place? And so if you cannot provide that, then why are you attempting to provide it to me? That's where we need to be going, and having motions to dismiss for lack of evidence of jurisdiction. See, status correction attacks the jurisdiction, but it does it in a completely fucking ignorant way. It's like, why would I go to you and start making claims? Then once I make a claim, I have to provide facts and or evidence for that claim. Now, even if I can provide facts and or evidence for that claim, I'm still relying on a corrupt individual who has specific allegiances and agendas to accept that information. So I don't get it, man. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That's not the smartest thing to do when they're the ones who are making the allegations by saying, well, first off, they're calling you. I'd like to see the facts that are in evidence that I am such. Because they're never there, because no one asked these questions, because they didn't teach you to ask these questions, because you were taught by them. Of course it doesn't apply, because there's no facts it applies. It's the same way that Jerry Jones, that you could be standing right beside Dez Bryant or Dak Prescott, and Jerry Jones can come up and fine both of them and do nothing to you for doing this. Y'all all could be doing the same thing. All three of you can be doing the same thing. And he could come up and fine them and can't say shit to you. Why? Because they entered an agreement with him. So therefore, now he does have jurisdiction because they consented to it. There's no such thing as implied consent. When someone is implying consent, that's a fancy way of saying, I'm just gonna act like I'm the boss of you. And that you're going along with it. Though I have no facts on it whatsoever that you agree to any of this stuff. But so that's what we're going to go into. That versus me going in there saying that I filed something with Hillary Clinton, and then I filed a seal and a notary with the governor of Minnesota, and then I got a letter from the congresswoman from Alabama, and then someone from Massachusetts, mayor, agreed. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not going to get you nowhere, man. When you go in that fucking courtroom, that judge is going to look at you and he's going to first play you and try you. And there's no way around that shit. And I guarantee you, when you in court, that guru will be nowhere around. When I played that audio, the first thing that I played, when you heard Inky started talking, Inky, what was Inky saying? Inky was saying, when them suits show up at your door, that's what he talking about. He's talking about when you got to end up getting locked up and going to jail, no one's going to be there. The same, like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And Sonetta disappeared from Marcus because Marcus isn't drawing like Sonetta anticipated it. See, Marcus was with him, and Marcus and Pharaoh were supposed to work hand in hand to bring forth the new age of the House of Consciousness. But Pharaoh didn't want to go through the rites of passage in that hotel room with Shaka Amos. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And so since he didn't want to do that, and he's his own dude and went off on his own thing and wasn't trying to be controlled, and young Marcus was there left ready to be used because he ain't got shit popping, so he's ready to be used. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, young Marcus is like that rapper that you got this rapper, you got two rappers, you got rapper A and rapper B, and you know rapper A is the shit and rapper B got potential, and rapper B want to fuck with you, so you definitely gonna sign him. And then rapper A, you courting him trying to get him, but you didn't get him, so you stuck with B. And then you find out that rapper B sucked. Look who he around. If Marcus stays around them dudes, he ain't got no choice but to be a fuck nigga. He ain't got no choice. Gurus. Yeah, I'm gonna do that shirt, Snapper. You better fucking buy one from me, nigga. I'm gonna do that shit tonight, y'all. Listen, man, I have not eaten breakfast yet, yo. I woke up this morning and my girl had to work today. So I walked her to the car and my kids stayed the night out, and so it's so quiet in here. I don't even know what to fucking do. I know I'm hungry though. So I'm about to go get some food real quick, guys, and I'll be right back at y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna sell hoodies.